Hi everyone, my name is Nur Zulaika. I am currently studying Operation Management and I will be explaining the overview of this project. It respects no borders and spread rapidly across the globe. COVID-19 has left many countries, including Malaysia, economically shaken. Unemployment has hit its highest levels in a decade and the economy is expected to contract between minus 3.5 and 5.5% this year. The pandemic is a global pandemic that's affected all sectors and economies across the globe, and Malaysia is no exception to this. The impact is felt across all layers of society, especially the poor, the most vulnerable, as well as those who has suddenly found themselves caught in the poverty trap. During this COVID-19 pandemic, an MCO, elderly citizen, low-income families, immobile and underprivileged communities confronted by additional obstacles. They are unfortunately have lost their income and unable to access sufficient essential needs. This essential relief for affected group will help them to survive during the MCO of COVID-19. So we have come with solution, which is this fund donation project will help us to help the vulnerable communities with distribution of essential needs and food to the thousands of elderly and families in need. This is a rationale of this project. Project objective will also go towards supporting health kits and essential foods of marginalized groups, specifically to the vulnerable communities who are affected by COVID-19, which are the elderly citizens, low-income families, immobile and underprivileged communities. Inshallah.
Hi, my name is Nur Fazira binti Muhammad Azmi. So, in this project, there are a total of 3 expected outcomes, which are the first one is the basic human rights to life, health and food of affected group during COVID-19 pandemic are being recognized and respected. And then the second one is the persistent poverty and acute food insecurity are reduced among affected group within Shah Alam Selangor. And then the third one is the affected group have the access to safe and nutritious food during the lockdown in order to maintain healthy and positive environment. There are a total of 5 planned activities in this project. The project started with recruit and screen volunteers that takes place among 3 days. Throughout this period of time, we will implement a strategic communication plan through social media and poster or flyers to encourage applicants to apply. Next, we will assess the potential supplies need to be distributed to the 700 elderly citizens, low-income families, immobile and underprivileged communities that is affected from COVID-19 pandemic. These potential supplies needs include face masks, food such as cooking oil, flour, egg, sugar, biscuits and so on, and then also medications and baby supplies, and also include soap or hand sanitizer. After that, the supply stock will be stocked. To prevent items being out of stock, the effective stock control will ensure that the replacement item will arrive on schedule and available when needed to replace the item being distributed. Then, the distribution arrangement will be determined. There will be a layout design of distribution, venue preparation, and also there will be a venue management to keep the location clean and ready, and there will be a briefing about the flow of the program, including the crowd management that must be handled by one single person, and then the one responsible person obviously bringing the representative to the registration table and identify and verify their identity. And finally, the distribution process of essentials to affected group will take place, that is estimated about 2 weeks. During the distribution process, when the beneficiary arrive at the distribution facilities, the distribution volunteers will lead them to the hand washing section and followed by temperature check section where their temperature will be recorded using a non-invasive thermometer. The beneficiary will only be scheduled to move through a distribution point once. Once in the distribution area, the distribution worker will monitor the flow of the traffic of beneficiary and direct it to the identification, verification and also location points, while always ensure that all the stakeholders maintain a 2-meter separation. As for elderly citizens or disabled people who are unable to go to the distribution venue, we will deliver the essential aid as close to their home so that they won't be need to go out to fetch the essential relief.
Hi, my name is Mazwana. I'm currently studying Office System Management and I will be explaining about the public engagement of this project proposal. There consists of 2 public engagement which will be involved to this project. First is a non-governmental organization or known as NGO. NGO is a charitable organization that operates independently of any government and often known as civil societies. This NGO work to achieve a social and political objectives such as humanitarian reasons or environmental protection. On this project, the rules of NGO will provide health information to the communities that have been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Next is the crowdfunding and donation of basic necessities from the public. It's a method of raising funds from a large number of individuals through online banking, which created by the NGO. The launch charity is to allow anybody to donate. This initiative covers the household who had experienced job losses, salary reduction, or other consequences of the pandemic. Besides crowdfunding, contribution may be made from which basic needs like food, health kits, and many more can be given. Communities are encouraged to volunteer to donate to this plan. I'll be explaining about the benefit of this project to those affected. Those who may not have access to the essential supplies, health kits such as medication, PPE, masks, or even money may encounter problems during this pandemic, particularly when dealing with health issues. As a consequence of this humanitarian effort in which donations are distributed, it is possible that some lives may be saved in the future. Other benefits may help to relieve the pain of those who are experiencing financial difficulty or other issues. Many people are unable to feed themselves and their family during lockdown because they lack the means to make a living. For most people, no money equals no food, or at best, less food that is less healthy. Through this humanitarian aid, those who is involved might give hope to those who are suffering through their expertise in providing information and counseling. So, I will pass to the next presenter.
I am Nurul Amira binti Muhammad Hifni will share further about project theme and principle which include target participants, environment and sustainability. Our main targeted participant is about 700 groups which consists of elderly citizens, low-income families, immobile and underprivileged communities in Shah Alam. Many of these affected groups have to eat unhealthy foods such as eating white rice with salt water, and some babies have to be given a mixture of condensed milk instead of using formula milk. We are also looking for about more than 30 volunteers who are willingly to help distribute these items to those affected around Shah Alam. This project will be focused to those low-income and asnaf groups who are living in elevated housing such as the Program Perumahan Rakyat (PPR), villagers and local communities. Before COVID-19 pandemic, some of them had sources of income and had savings. However, this prolonged pandemic has resulted in a variety of activities being blocked, and this adversely affects people's income. Therefore, these people desperately need assistance from outside parties for survival only. Sustainability is a crucial part in this project, which is not only about the availability of financial resources but also the extent of public support. This project is planned to be carried out for a period of 2 weeks. Among important things is that this program requires constant financial resources so that the goods of necessity can be purchased. This can be done either by fundraising among the community through various platforms such as websites and social media, or by finding any non-governmental organizations (NGO) to cooperate in contributing to the affected. For example, Mision supermarket company has introduced basic necessity packages starting at as low as 30 ringgit to 100 ringgit.
Izati binti Zubaidi. I am currently studying operation management and I'll be explaining the project monitoring part of the project. In order to conduct project monitoring, performance indicator plans should be included to allow us to get a clear view on our output, whether we manage to achieve our expected result or not. However, the final result of the project monitoring that indicates the performance level of the project can be done after completing the whole phase of humanitarian aid for this project. So one of the indicators that can be used for the project is affected group coverage that can help in determining the first metric, which is the percentage of discovering the affected families or group due to this pandemic in our target area in pursuing our project plan. Besides that, this indicator also enables us to ascertain the second metric that covers the percentage of items that we manage to deliver to our intended parties. The result of both metrics that can be gathered through this indicator tool stipulate how efficient is the project's organization in meeting the coverage of finding the greatly affected parties during pandemic and delivering the essential items to them. As for donation to delivery time indicator, it allows us to measure the period of time taken to deliver the essential items to the destination after all the numbers of affected families are discovered. This will help in measuring the speed delivery of humanitarian aid. As for financial efficiency, which is an indicator tool that includes three metrics consisting a comparison between budgeted costs with the actual costs that have been incurred during the purchase of the essential items for the operation. The third metric is the transportation costs issued to the organization of the project. Last performance indicators that we can use is assessment accuracy indicator that can show us how much the final budget has changed over time from the initial amount of budget. This also relies on the accuracy of the project organization in assessing the needs of the greatly impacted families during this COVID-19 outbreak. I think that is all from us. Thank you so much.